Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Angel Akbar, and this is Angel's Body Sculpture. Now today, I've been gone a while, so I'm back. And today I want to cover a topic that we're all basically familiar with, right? I don't know what your goals are, but please like, subscribe, and share the video, and comment. Let me know what your goals are. I want to talk about consistency in bodybuilding and fitness. Whether you're training to be a competitive bodybuilder or whether you're training just to have a beach body or attract girls or guys or whatever the case may be. It's about consistency in training. It's about consistency in eating. And it's about consistency in the thinking. Okay? Now, first of all, let's go with the training aspects of it. You don't reach a high level of development, a high level in strength, proportion, symmetry, any of that without being consistent. You may think that a lot of the guys that we appreciate, that the big time bodybuilders, the boxers, MMA fighters, various athletes, we sometimes hear about a magic bullet, a magic pill that they take for excellence. We sometimes hear about something that they inject for excellence, performance, and so forth, right? But I'm here to tell you, and it ain't coming from no scientific rap, you dig? It's coming from almost 50 years in this game, doing this off and on for nearly 50 years, 46, 47 years, but who's counting? Life experience. It doesn't come from a magic pill or out of a syringe or a can of protein or any of that. It comes from being consistent. It comes from showing up every day or every training day. It comes from giving it your best effort to reach a high level. The guys that we emulate, we want to emulate, and we hear they're injecting something or taking a pill or whatever, those guys had great genetics from the beginning. All those big time bodybuilders, they had great genetics off the break. You dig? They had reached a point of so-called excellence long before they started taking anything. Genetics has everything to do with this in the bodybuilding respect, in the weight loss respect, in the I want to trim up, firm up, shape up respect. Genetics has something to do with it. We can't go any further than what our genetics allow. But we can be the best that we can be by being consistent on a consistent basis. Next, it's the eating aspects. A lot of guys, I hear them say, I want to bulk up, I want to get big and strong. And that's great. A lot of guys use a dirty bulk. I'm saying when we consistently eat clean or half-ass clean, the body will assimilate those nutrients, those vitamins, minerals, and so forth into its proper place much more efficiently when we consistently eat well. And eating's a great part of this thing. It's not just going in the gym and pushing the iron and that sort of thing. It's eating properly. We have to eat properly consistently. You want to get big, you got to eat more. 3 squares. Not the 8 or 10 meals that some of these guys profess, but just 3 balanced squares and a couple of snacks every day. You can get big and strong. Okay? Only in accordance with your specific genetics. Next would be the thinking. You got to think consistently. You got to use imagery. You have to use your imagination. Because remember, what we're working to develop is an exaggerated physique if you're bodybuilding. When you're bodybuilding, you are working to create an exaggerated physique. Not the normal physique, but something exaggerated beyond the norm. Okay? When you're working to lose weight, you gotta have the right thinking. The right thinking initiates discipline. It initiates discipline. You gotta have discipline. You gotta be thinking right. Most of it's in the thinking. Can you imagine what you want to look like? That's the deal. Imagine imagery of what we want to look like. And go for it consistently every day. You got to eat it. You got to sleep it. You got to think it. You got to live it. When we live this thing, it works for us. When we live it, breathe it, eat it, sleep it, it works for us. But basically, that's basically it. You know, a lot of times we go into gyms and I see a lot of young cats. They're haphazardly working out. They'll do a little of this, a little of that. They're following their buddies and whatnot. But when we haphazardly work out, we build a haphazard physique. Real talk. We build a haphazard physique. You know, we don't build balance. We don't build symmetry. We don't develop muscle separation. We don't have that balance. You dig? We got to consistently be thinking and working in the positive respect. I'm just saying, this is basically what I've learned over all these years in gyms all over this country, working out and listening and watching athletes all over this country do this thing. It's strictly about what we're thinking, how we work out, and how we nourish ourselves. Not to mention rest. We have to get rest consistently. You gotta rest, because every time you pick up a weight, you do what? You tear down muscle fibers. Muscle tissue is torn down. In order to rebuild it, you gotta rest consistently. Okay? If you got a job, you do that job, you work out, and you rest. But hey, just wanted to talk about that for today. Like I told you, I don't go into a whole lot of scientific jargon or any of that. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor, a nutritionist, or a kinesiologist. I'm Angel Akbar. And hey, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to holler back.